Okay, so first thing you want to do when you get your wolf pup to the campsite is get it level. So as soon as you back up, you want to make sure the pad is level left to right or side to side. So here is a bubble level right here on the front, which can let you see if it's level left to right. Most pads are within a few degrees of center, so sometimes it's not worth getting out the wheel leveling chocks, which we'll go over in a minute. So once you get your camper backed in, got your wheel chocks in, it's good left to right, then you want to check front to back level. And for that, you come to the side, and there's another level right here, which indicates front and back levelness, which can be controlled primarily with the electric tongue jack. So you just go up and down there to get your RV level, and that would be step one. All right, so step two, once you get your RV level, is you want to get your stabilizer jacks down. So there's 4 of those, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. So you can either use a drill or you can use the wrench that comes with it. I use the block stabilizers in the front just to not have to put them down as far. But once you got your RV level, you're going to go ahead and put the front 2 down, and you're going to go ahead and put the rear 2 down. Just like that. These are not meant to jack up the RV, and they're not meant to help level the RV. They're more of just stabilizers for when you're in walking around, the RV does not move. All right, so once you got your RV level and you have the stabilizer jacks down, everything else you need to get set up is going to be located in this front compartment. So you're going to open that up and you're going to find these main things here. So the first step here is the leveling block. So if the pad did happen to be very far out of level, you could use those leveling blocks behind one of the wheels to get the RV level side to side. You have the electric surge protector, which we'll go over in a minute. You have the sewer hose guide if you have sewer hookup, and then you have the sewer kit box and the setup kit box. So everything in the setup kit box is going to be the electric hose, the water hose, the filter, everything you need for your utilities. And then in this box for sewer, it is specifically just sewer hoses and connections. Okay, so once you have your RV level, I like to get the electricity hooked up first. So you're going to get your surge protector and you're going to come over here to your electrical panel box, and you want to make sure that all the breakers are off. So this particular site has both a 50 amp and a 30 amp outlet. Most of them have one or the other, but this camper is set up for 30 amps only. If it only has 50 amp service, there is a yellow adapter in the setup box that steps the power down from 50 amps to 30 amps. So what you want to do is make sure the breaker is off and plug in your surge protector without the electrical cord connected to it at the bottom. And then you're going to go ahead and turn on the 30 amps. And you want to make sure that all the lights are illuminated on here, indicating that the power on the station is good to go. So once you've confirmed that, turn the power back off, and you can connect your electrical cord to the surge protector, and then walk to the back of the RV where the 30 amp connector goes into the RV. There's also a turn lock, so that makes sure that you can't pull the plug out. Once you're connected, go back to the tower and turn your power on, and you're good. The next thing, once you got electricity, is I like to hook up my water. So if also in that setup box, you'll find the water hose, the water pressure regulator, and a water filter. So I like to come over and I like to turn the water on first to make sure that it works, that it's not brown and yucky, before I connect any water. Once the water is turned on and running, you turn it off, and you just hook it up like a garden hose, run it from there. And you're going to come over here. There is a water filter included. Make sure the flow is indicated as going to the RV. All of the elbows and connections are also in that setup box, and you're going here into the city water connection. Once you get that connected, turn on the water, and your water's set up and good to go. Okay, so once you've got your RV stabilized, you've got the electrical hooked up, you've got the water hooked up, then third step is going to be a sewer connection. So this has a gray tank and a black tank. The gray tank is where all the water from the sink and the shower goes, and that can fill up pretty quick depending on where you're at. The black tank is from the toilet only. So typically when you dump, you want to do black first and then gray second, and you empty those by simply pulling on the levers here. The gray handle is for gray, the black handle over there is for black. So this particular site that we're at does not have an a sewer dump station. So we'll have to do that at a different site when we leave. But to get it set up is fairly simple. You grab your sewer box that has all the connections and the hoses that you need. You would simply turn this to the left, take the cap off, and you see these claws on here. You simply put them on, turn it to the right, and it locks in place. You then can take your hose. I have 2 hoses so they can be very long, and you connect it up to your downspout. This is what is going to go into the sewer water connection drop spot. So if there's one on site, you would put this in there and connect it. And if there's one off site, you would do the same thing. You would put it in there and connect it. So when the RV is in use, you can keep both of them closed, or if you're using a lot of gray water, meaning shower or sink, you can leave the gray section open and you can let that flow. Make sure both of these are closed before you take off the hose. I recommend using some nitrile gloves, which will be included in the kit. So once you've got your RV stabilized, all the power and electrical is connected, you can come in and you can start getting set up. So first thing we like to do on a hot day is come in and get the AC going. So you got the low cool and the high cool, as well as the temperature control. And if it happens to be cold outside, you can get the furnace started right here, which comes out down there by the stove. So you want to come in here, and this is your main control panel area. So if you want to get the water heater started, you would push the water heater, and that is going to start heating it by gas in the water tank. It's a 6-gallon hot water heater. You can do this slide in and out to get the pop out to go out. You can also extend or retract the awning, and then you have an indicator here of your tanks, the fresh tank, the black tank, the gray tank, as well as your battery status. So everything is set up here. Once you do that, you're good to go on the inside. Another cool feature about this RV is if you have a gas or propane griddle, you can bring a spare propane bottle for that, or you can use the propane that comes with it. So there's already a propane bottle on the tank, and we have this quick connect cord that comes in here and connects underneath right here. So it's just a quick connect like a pneumatic hose, and you can grill right off of the propane from the RV. You don't have to bring an extra bottle. You can, but this makes it a lot easier.